Hey yos. Hey guys. Well, good morning. It's been the second rainy gray day, second or third. I'm not feeling so hot today. Just really tired. Clean sheets. Haven't put them on the bed. But I slept in the bed. Like the crawl in bed at 1 in the morning, pull up whatever cover's there. But yeah, those are clean. They're just messy. Anyway, I'm gonna try and call the doctor again today. Just gonna try and practice gentleness. I kind of have this, like, I want to curl in and not do anything for right now. Like, with anything for anybody, I just want to sit down with a novel and read it and be left alone. So that's how I'm feeling today. Those days come and go. But I'm gonna get a walk in first. Be gentle with my body. It's very sore today from doing hot yoga for the first time in like 3 months. Felt good to do yoga, but I was like, yeah, I can do this. My body's great. I've had time to heal. And I did it, and I sweat. And then I tried to get up off the couch yesterday afternoon. Delayed muscle soreness is a real thing. I won't go into the science, but yeah, it's a real thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. I think more than anything, it felt great for the heat, and it really loosened up my neck and all the joints with arthritis. But then because I am me and I am competitive with myself and I want to perform well, and even though that's not what yoga's about, it's always there. So know thyself, right? So we'll probably have to wait another 3 months before I do hot yoga again, and maybe just not as intensely. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a walk. Not my best day today, guys. So I am at Home Depot, about to argue with them over a bathtub they said they delivered to my address, which is the wrong address, but then I just stopped at that address and asked the man if they delivered a bathtub. So he's either lying, and he has my bathtub or gave it away, or Home Depot's carrier didn't deliver it. So, well, I have very little faith in humanity at this moment, and I am not in the best mood. So my bathtub is somewhere. So either the gentleman's home where it was delivered is lying to me and he took my bathtub and lied to my face tonight, or the city picked it up in trash, which would be weird because you would think that when you come home and there's 3 cars in your garage and you've got dogs and someone living with you that you would know there was a bathtub. So he either is lying, it was taken by the trash, brand new bathtub. The delivery guys didn't take pictures and just reported it delivered and then took it and sold it. Or it's, who knows, but Home Depot says they don't have it. Which is just sad, because we just went through a hurricane. And people, I'm just really disappointed. And I know that people may think I'm naive, but I don't care. I think too hard, I respond too emotionally, whatever it might be. I don't care, I'm just who I am. And I'm tired. So, I did get a good delivery just now, but I'm gonna open that tomorrow. That is author copies. I'm a published author. But I'll open those tomorrow. And we will try again. And if the man did take my tub, bad form, bro. Merry Christmas, everybody. So, this is episode 8, the final episode, and I had all this footage and I deleted a bunch of videos to clear up my phone, and when I did that, iMovie couldn't pull them, and all that footage is gone. So, we're just gonna start fresh. And what's interesting is that I remember thinking, oh, this episode 8, there's not that much footage, not much has happened, so it might be boring, but it's not about being boring or not. The point here is to say what's going on in my journey of managing pain. Well, let's give you an update, shall we? My father's not doing well, and it's very likely, though I'm waiting for genetics testing to confirm this, it's very likely I inherited the connective tissue disorder from his side of the family. He is struggling and just received a diagnosis that could cause concern for me because it has to do with connective tissue and vascular issues. And I already have a mitral valve regurgitation. I have what they call athlete's heart, where my blood pressure gets real low. I am wearing my compression socks daily to help with my not feeling dizzy. But I do still have a hole in my head that re-emerged. So I had cranial surgery in 2020, and this past summer we confirmed that the hole is back. So I am having some weird ringing in the ears, some dizziness if I turn too fast, and some sensitivity to sound. Like, I wanted to go in tonight and read something. I had to put my little earbuds in to stifle some of the sound so I could concentrate. But sometimes you just make a choice and you just do it. We learn things. We learn as we go. We just make choices and go for it. So that's about it. I mean, it was the holidays. It's a good holiday. New Year's Eve is coming up. By the time you see this, it will be past that. But excited about the launch of the book. Almost 4 weeks now until the book is launched on the world. Recording my chapter. And life is going along. So that's what's happening. I'm gonna sit down and relax a little. I'm feeling quite emotional because my dad's in the hospital having emergency surgery. They don't know what's going on. So I'll talk to you guys later. It's December 26th, and I am reading for the first time in the book my own chapter on how to manage chronic pain. It took 13 minutes of reading before I started tearing up as I read aloud my own experience from 5.5 years ago. I am practicing reading aloud to record this chapter for an audio version of the book, Deserts to Mountaintops, which is awesome. And I just started bawling. We have to give ourselves more credit for what we make it through. And we are amazingly resilient. Well, a couple things. My pain has sort of been steady. And what I mean by that is, I moved to Florida in order to feel better. The warm sun, the lack of change in not low pressure from just being cloudy and nasty. I always felt really crappy and it was cold. Generally speaking, I'm feeling like it's manageable right now. So I still have not had the cluster headache medicine for 3 months, which is unheard of. I've been taking it since 2019 every month and needed it. Now I have a little, like what I call bursts, lightning bursts. I have cluster headache. It can be episodic or chronic. And talking to my neurologist, we're like, well, I think it's chronic, so we're gonna treat you with the maximum dose of the medicine. Well, what happens is I'll be doing something and then there'll just be this massively intense fire from here to the middle of my eye, kind of like if I could put, like in the middle of my head, like you draw the lines, right where my pituitary is, as a matter of fact. That happens, it's happening, but it's not happening as frequently or as intensely or for as long as it used to. My body is achy though. Now, we've had a cold spell here in Florida and I've noticed a little bit more activation of the twitching and the pain. Arthritis is a little, whenever it gets cold, everything just goes, generally, not too bad. All right, so paying some medical bills. I just went in to send another message to my neurologist office. I asked them on December 12th, hey, here's my ID card you requested. They requested it on the 12th. I sent it to them on the 12th. No response. It's been a minute. So I asked them again so I could get the authorization. Anyway, I want to get genetic testing finalized. Spoke with an attorney. I'm going to need to demand my medical records that may or may not be withheld right now. I am going to have to probably file a claim with my old insurance company and then argue with the new insurance company about covering. Once I get those genetic test results to see if it's any worse, then I can make some decisions. I'm thinking about going to Cleveland Clinic for a full workup. You know, I had a diagnosis in 2007, and then I've had 2 or 3 MRIs that all show that I am below the line for a Chiari malformation, but it's not bad enough, according to doctors, to do surgery, but I'm going to experience some of the symptoms of having that pressure at the skull. Last week, I did have to take the emergency medication for pressure at the base of my skull, and it helped. I actually slept 8 hours, which was fabulous, so that's something I might have to consider again. It's just that I do have nightmares, and it causes some digestive system issues. All right. Rereading the geneticist's notes from our meeting in August of 2022. Again, I was diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome in 2007. The diagnostic criteria has changed since then, and at that time, I had not had genetic testing. I'm still waiting on those results from August. Thank you, insurance. So I'm going to have to request my medical records and probably appeal a decision in order to get them so I can make some decisions for 2023. Listen to this, here we go. Common symptoms of hereditary tissue disorders can include joint hypermobility, easy bruising, abnormal healing or scarring in skin extensibility. Chronic pain from joint injury and small fiber neuropathy is also present and typically not associated with clear physical exam findings and may be invisible. Joint instability can lead to muscular compensation to achieve stability that results in fatigue and muscle aches with less activity than anticipated. Orthostatic symptoms are common. That's standing up, getting dizzy. In some forms, there's a cardiovascular involvement, including aortic aneurysms, arterial tortuosity, which is twisting of the arteries, and polyvalvular prolapse, regurgitation. And so, unfortunately, I have a mild mitral valve regurgitation. I have what is called athlete's heart, where my pressure when I'm lying down in my vein is different. I also have abnormal vascular loops that go into the internal auditory canal. They're not supposed to be that close, and they contact the facial nerve. All of these things, guys, you can't see them on the outside, but they're in there and they cause challenges. Whew, okay. Hereditary connective tissue disorders have significant overlap and require molecular testing to provide appropriate counseling, screening, and intervention. Given Miss Ash's severity and specific concerning manifestations, molecular testing is particularly important for her, and yet I have waited 4 months now, because insurance wants to hold it back even though they can't exclude pre-existing conditions. So you gotta be your own advocate, guys. She's concerned that hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome is on a spectrum, and there's worse ones. There's one called vascular Ehlers-Danlos, where there are concerns about the heart and risk for stroke, aneurysm, and she wants me to be tested for that. That's her concern. So this is so important, why asking questions to do the best you can. Okay. I think her condition, as diagnosed previously, undersells the level of connective tissue involvement and relative risk. So this specialist feels like what I was diagnosed with is not accurately naming, and I'm at risk. So I will keep going for 2023. If you take nothing from the chapter that I wrote in Deserts to Mountaintops, please remember that the past does not predict your future, does inform your present, but it doesn't predict your future. And keep going. Hey friends, just a note to say thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. A glimpse into my life in the last few months. By the time you see this last episode, it will be near to the launch of Deserts to Mountaintops anthology and my chapter within it, Adverse Possession, which is about my experience the last 20 plus years of managing chronic pain. And I hope that if you've watched any of these vlogs, they create in you a moment of pause, perhaps to reflect, to be more patient, to be more kind to yourself and to others who may struggle with chronic pain, and realize that all we can do is keep going. All we can do is do what we can with what we have. And as I sit and record this, it is almost December 30th. My next steps are to begin applying for new medication come January 1, begin researching clinics to go to, and to really just take it a day at a time, and that's all we can ever do. So live balanced, breathe you, when in doubt, pause, take a deep breath, think, and I'm going to leave you with a 3-minute yoga routine that I do when I need to reset myself, and I wish you all very much happiness and to take care of yourselves. Bye.